What's up, people? In this video, we're going to talk about a concept that I thought of the other day when I was walking down the street, and the concept is as follows. What you desire lies beyond your fears. Okay, I'm not sure if I stole this from something, or if I heard it somewhere, I read it in some motivational book, hence the phrasing, what you desire lies beyond your fears. It's like, that's a very like airy-fairy way of phrasing this, of saying like push your comfort zone, really. But I think the way that I phrased it, the way that it stuck in my mind the other day when I was walking down the street, um, creates a much better understanding of how things actually are when you're afraid of something and you're trying to decide whether or not you actually want to do it. I'm sorry, it's hard to concentrate and hear people fucking playing mobile games and screaming. Like, no chill in this country. Anyway, I think they might be doing it because they see like I'm clearly either on the phone or talking to somebody or recording something. So it's like, what, you think you're gonna like come in my territory and try and have a conversation with somebody? I'm gonna be extra loud on my mobile game just to show you, dumb foreigner. Anyway, I mean, this is what I get for trying to do this video in a public place. Anyway, what you desire lies beyond your fears, and this is a concept that, because what is this really saying? It's saying that, you know, because in life we have all these things that we consider doing, and then what happens immediately after you consider doing something or trying something new is you start thinking of reasons why you shouldn't do it, or reasons why it's a bad idea. I'm scared, I'm nervous, it would be making me uncomfortable, no, it probably wouldn't work anyway, it's a waste of time, there's no chance of me succeeding, blah, blah, blah. But really all this is just, it's just cope to varying degrees of sophisticatedness, let's say, for you to just kind of push down the fear that comes up when you think about doing something that you don't normally do. So this idea of what you desire lies beyond your fears is really just a way to visualize doing that thing that you're afraid of doing, right? It's like, if something lies beyond something, if something is behind a barrier, then all I have to do is pass that barrier and I'll be able to attain what it is that I desire, right? So like, let's say I'm recently, honestly, what's coming to mind now is I'm in Vietnam, and I'm trying to think to myself, I'm like, what do I want to do after this, right? I've got a visa for 3 months, probably got another 9-10 weeks left on my visa, so I've got plenty of time. I'm not going to run out of time anytime soon. But I don't, like, you know, I've been in Asia on and off for like 2 years now. A couple of months in the States, a month in Israel, but most of the time of the past 2 years I've been in Asia, either Thailand, Vietnam, and it's great, it's cool. If you're like one of my typical like America-based viewers, you're like, wow, Asia, that sounds so, like, Thailand, really? I've been to Thailand like 9 times, like, it's great, I love it, it's a cool country, but like, I'm ready to go back to the first world. I'm just ready for that now, you know. I feel like the potential there is so much greater than here. You know, nothing against this place, specifically nothing against, you know, where I am now. Not my favorite place. There are some benefits. There's a reason why I chose it here. Great beaches, amazing gym, cheap cost of living. Good for me to crank out a lot of videos, which is what I'm doing now. But it's not what I want to do. What I want to do is I want to work on my game. It's really like, I fucking talk about this nonstop. It's like, aren't you? I'm sick of hearing myself talk about it and not actually do anything about it. You know, I want to get an apartment in a first world country and go out every day, go out every night, and fucking work on the game. Am I doing that? No. Will I fucking shut up about that? Also no. But my choices, really, currently, as I view them, are go to Tel Aviv. Okay, I consider Israel a first world country. Or go to Vegas, right, where the RSD Vegas Immersion Program is, and do an internship for them. And in my mind, the safer choice, the choice that inspires less fear by a wide margin, is Tel Aviv. I've been to Tel Aviv. I used to live there. I know people that live there. I'm familiar with the lifestyle. I can hop over there and like get right back into the lifestyle immediately. I know what I'm getting. I know I'm going to get a really good result. I know it'll be in fucking amazing shape. I'll know it'll have the beach right there. I'll know I'll have a bunch of like really hot Israeli girls who love American guys. Like, I'm like talking myself into it as I talk about it. So I know I'm going to get a very good result when I go there. You know what I mean? Okay, fine. I have to get a job probably to support myself because I'm not making that much from YouTube right now. But I compare that to Vegas, right? Vegas, I'm definitely going to have to get a job. Okay. First of all, I'm going to have to do this internship for RSD, so the stakes are going to be very high, right? Like, I have to perform for them, really. That's scary because I've never done that, and that's putting something at risk that I desire. That's number one. Number two, I'm gonna have to get a part-time job, so I don't have to get the money. I gotta support myself as I live in Vegas. Okay, that's number two. Number three, I'm gonna have to actually kind of be forced to face my fears in the Vegas immersion program. Like, there's no way around that. Like, I'm going there specifically to do it, so I have to do it. And number four, I've never been there, so there's the whole like unpredictability factor of doing it. However, high risk, high reward. The potential reward. Like, let's say I go to Tel Aviv and I get everything I want. What is that really going to look like? Okay, I'll be in great shape. I'll probably be able to work on my game. Probably hook up with a bunch of Israeli girls. But what is that really going to do for me? What's the maximum benefit that I could get from that? Yeah, it'd be great. It's a great lifestyle for sure, satisfying. I'd be happy. Like, it's good. But what's the maximum benefit that I could get from going to Vegas? Way higher. Way higher. First of all, the caliber of girls way hotter. Like, the hottest girls in Vegas are hotter than the hottest girls in Tel Aviv, right? I'm not saying that I would get the hottest girls, but scale it down, right? There's tons of hot girls in Vegas who are whatever. Lots of more hot girls in Vegas than there are in Tel Aviv, and the quality is higher. You could make the argument just it's a bigger city, attracts more people. So there's that, number one. Number two, working on your game in Vegas as opposed to working on it in Tel Aviv. Like, okay, I go to Tel Aviv, we're going to practice my game. Maybe a couple clubs, a couple bars on the street, maybe a couple malls, fine. But like, dude, Las Vegas has like millions of tourists every year. Biggest clubs in the world, biggest strip clubs in the world, also a great place for practicing your game. Not to mention that I'd be working for the most well-known, prestigious pickup company in the world, not just like flailing around on my own on the street, you know what I mean? It's like night and day. The potential reward is much higher, right? And I claim to desire that potential reward. Also, in terms of like, professionally, fine, I'm almost 36 years old. Is it a little late for me to start to be a pickup coach, like starting from nothing, like zero? Maybe, you could say that. But it's what I want to do. I would love to transition from online marketing or sales or fitness even into that. That would be great. Like, you're telling me I can get paid to go out and work on my own game and help guys work on their game? It sounds amazing. That's what I want to do anyway. I get paid for it? Amazing. Wonderful. And doing it in Vegas provides a framework so that it's much easier for me to, create content about pickup, because that's what I would be doing for them as part of my internship. So I'm doing it anyway. It's like, but it's so scary to me. Even as I'm thinking of all these benefits and all these like good things that would come with it, it's scary to me to think that I would actually go do it. It's like, well, what if it doesn't work in Tel Aviv? Like, all right, I'm pretty fucked there anyway. But if it doesn't work in Vegas, like, I'm gonna have to like move in. Well, not moving with my parents. Like, either way, if it doesn't work, I'm out of money. You know what I mean? And I'm gonna have to go back to selling hair straighteners Christmas season anyway. Not crazy about that idea. Would interrupt my video making, which is why I'm making so many videos now while I'm here. It's just kind of a precarious situation for me. If you're watching this video, you're probably watching it in the future. You're definitely watching it in the future, where I will have already made my decision. And again, another option, right? Anyway, the point of this video turned into me like talking about my options. You guys are like sick of hearing about it, I'm sure. But another option is to just stay in Asia, which is the least risk, but in my opinion is also the least reward. The least fear. It inspires the least fear because, okay, as little as I'm making now, I'm still making enough to really support myself kind of indefinitely in cheap cities like Bangkok and Nha Trang and Ho Chi Minh. I can live here really indefinitely and just continue cranking out videos, continue cranking out content. But it'll be what I believe to be a slow rate of growth compared to if I were to go to Tel Aviv. I'd be able to make more interesting content, and I'd be able to live in a place where I can go like work on my game without all this bullshit going inside in my mind. Anyway, bottom line, Tel Aviv has the biggest reward, but I'm sorry, not Tel Aviv. Vegas is the biggest reward, but it's also the scariest. So for you, think about what it is for you, What's your thing that you want to do that you feel not necessarily has a high reward, but just scares you the most? Really, that's what you should do. And that's another reason why I like pickup, is because it encourages you to do what scares you. Because let's face it, for most people, going and approaching strangers and talking to them, it's a scary thing. to think that you're going to actually go do that. I don't know. For me, it's scary. Maybe for you guys, you go approach strangers all the time and fucking start conversations with them and try and have sex with attractive members of the opposite sex. Most people don't do that. I don't do that regularly, really ever, honestly. I also don't have like, you know, a private room where I can do that. Ugh, all those months wasted in Bangkok. Anyway, what do you guys think about my idea? What you desire lies beyond your fears. Let me know. Leave me a comment. Have you ever faced your fears and experienced a massive benefit and then realized later that your fears were unfounded and totally stupid and it was actually easier than you thought? Let me know. Leave me a comment. Or have you experienced the opposite, where your fears were well-founded and you were burned and you're scarred for life? Let me know. Leave me a comment. Peace.